switch for him. That's what gets him going. Maybe he's just an adrenaline-based player, but Fezaru is someone who we haven't really shined the spotlight on. The man's been working a lot, but really only been in the green room, really only been in the tech booth. He's putting in the hours, but he hasn't really been on stage for a while, so we're hoping the heat of the spotlight doesn't make him sweat.
He did just top 8 in the last major in Trial of Frick, where he placed 7th. So he's been in the spotlight quite recently, actually, but it is looking like Pavelski is more used to it as he just absolutely destroys him there on that first stock. Barely able to touch Pavelski even. Now trying to bring that lead back for himself just a little bit. And this map is actually quite fortunate for Fezaru as he is capable of doing that 0-2 knockout on Yumiko there, but Pavelski!
Oh my goodness gracious. The cursed Yumiko 3-piece that I think you're talking about, that— No! Fezaru! Okay. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. I could not handle that. You willingly throw yourself off stage against Pavelski, and you still survive while you're down a stock. I'm having a hard time getting past that. I know that was a very small little moment that led to no hits being traded, but that was still very stressful.
Ooh, Pavel on 3 exclamation marks there. He did get a slight touch of that, got his options back. Somehow does make it back to the wall, preserving his options quite well, but the down air does stay coming down as Fezaru got that edge guard there quite well on the offstage. Now bringing that lead just back a little bit as he is now no longer a full stock behind, but Pavel is definitely still in a pretty strong position here as he's really trying to get it going with those gauntlets now. He's been cooking up a lot on the scythe, but maybe his gauntlets can do the same as Fezaru just zones him out there with those down 6, those nairs. They're coming out, they're cooking up, and the down 6 connects into recovery into Cider. He's just in his zone right now, keeping that flow going, doing exactly what he wants to do. The game plan is working out perfectly for him. Weapon throw off the wall there with the hammer, not putting him to connect. Any knockout here, goes for a recovery. Oh my god, is that? Was he able to get out of that? I don't know if he did, honestly. Because he used his dodge, I believe, before that, and then he couldn't really do anything there, could he?
No, he could not. And that's also, keep in mind, Pavelski took such an early stock and still proceeded to play the game, like, not passively and just say, like, hey, I'm in the lead, you approach me. No, was still throwing himself into the fray. So he was playing a fast game while still in a considerable lead. And here Fezaru is completely reversing that script, flipping the record over to the B side and getting a bit of extra credit. If anything, this B side might even be longer than the A side. Like recovery though, snuffs that out. Extra credit does mean something. But all it takes is one wrong interaction off stage to get sent flying down at a set disadvantage, and that chance is greatened or heightened so much more when you're up against esports V1 Fenrir Mordex.
Yes, sir, and it's looking like Pavel's gauntlets are finally cooking up a little bit here, but that down sig in there into the almost Russian Mafia right there, almost ending him. And man, if we talk about Russian Mafias, I always get flashbacks to Dobrain. Man, do I miss that man being a player, but I love what he's cooking up. And those siders by Pavel! Ooh, almost reversing him there. But the recovery does take it, and Fezaru claims the first W for himself.
Also, I reacted in a very fortunate time. You're talking about Dobrain, and I accidentally said no to a play that was happening because it was very scary. Dobrain's a wonderful guy. I'm very sorry that they came out with me, but I'm only just making this more awkward. Thank you for having Dobrain. Fezaru hammer recovery. I like Brawlhalla.
Okay, man. We are going back to the same map. We are going back to the same map, and we are looking at the exact same character. But I realized they're both using Esports V1, right? So, what does it look like for them? I mean, the color correction isn't a thing in 1v1, is it?
Does it matter at this point?
Pavel!
Does it?
Once again, starting off the game as strong as he did the last one. Can Fezaru bring it back again? I don't know. It's very unlikely. Coming back from a strong lead like this is very hard to do, especially if you have to do it twice in a row.
So we're trying to play into this very carefully, picking bow to actually use a bit more of a distance, more disjointed attacks as maybe going to be a bit more of a smarter play. Pavelski has been choosing to approach a lot on gauntlets, and you can see Fezaru trying to read his movement and trying to not get too caught up and not trying to play his reactionary, because sometimes if you play off of reactions, if you miss something, that is game if you can't read something fast enough. So you can see he's just trying to read the movement, doing a lot of jump in, pivot stare, and also a little bit of pivot dare for that. Catches the sidelight with D-Sig. Cav has been approaching so much with Gauntlet sidelight, and that is one of the things that's been giving up quite a few interactions. What is he scheming? I am now definitely curious. What is he scheming? He is almost, I don't want to say exclusively approaching, but that is one of the only things he's using on Gauntlet. Sidelight. Just maybe not raw, but it's what he's using. Maybe he's trying to catch Fezaru's jumps, or maybe he's just going for it because he's having a good time. Sometimes he plays the video game to have fun.
Yes, sir. And I mean, Pavel taking a very confident lead here. And you were talking about those sidelights. They are getting caught a lot in those down six. And I want to talk about Fezaru just perfectly knowing all the setups off of his signatures, on hit and off hit. You know, zoning off hit like he did right there, kind of playing a low risk game with that. Now Pavel perfectly zoning under that, knowing very well that if he is grounded, he can go through that down stick at the bottom. Dear viewer, if you didn't know that, if you don't jump, if you're not even a pixel above the ground, you can walk right under that down stick by hammer on Yumiko on Yumiko.
Oh, Pavelski really starting to turn up the heat and chase him around with Scythe. Scythe gone though.
Sir, and it is looking like Fezaru was in a bit of a rough spot here as the downlight nair. Maybe a downlight recovery. Actually, no, the ceiling on this map is pretty high, so a downlight nair recovery wouldn't have finished him off yet. The side stick does do it as Fezaru now brings him down to his last stock, and I think he's gonna go for the hammer here and potentially go for that 0 to death, as he really needs something here to take down Pavel. Now the downlight almost does do it. He's gonna
danger.
Not risk anything here by going off stage. The nair connects, coming out, weapon throw, beautiful stuff. Another weapon throw does not do it. Wake up,
Smell danger.
Downlight recovery did do it this time. Pavel knowing exactly when he can finish off the stock by Fezaru in 1-0. We are at a 1-1 going into game 3. Now, one thing I want to talk about on the offstage, we talked about the down six setups and the sidelight approaches and whatnot, but on the offstage interactions, I love the way Fezaru plays offstage interactions with those weapon throws onto the walls. Those setups are nasty.
Yeah, and especially so, just the fact that he's playing so well off stage against Pavelski. Like, we've all seen the clips. The fact that he's faring this well off stage, I mean, Hammer's going to be a pretty good tool to have, but, like, he's still doing so well for himself.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Yes, sir. Indeed. Now, going onto a different map this time, onto Miami Dome, and Fezaru almost got cooked again at the start of the game. Now, this is what I'm talking about! There it is! That's what I've been waiting for!
Wait, how? Don't tell me reverses this.
It didn't even finish him off.
What?
It didn't even finish him off. Oh my god, he got reversed on it. He got reversed on it.
How? Dude, what? I've never seen that knock KO off the recovery.
Pavelski keeps it cooking. He's on the side. He keeps it going. And he has that's the Mornix Classic. Both players now having finished themselves off the stage. We are going to basically a reset with Fezaru being slightly behind in terms of damage.
Dude, I have literally never seen the Yumiko 3-piece not KO off recovery. Usually once recovery hits, it's GG. I've never seen it not KO.
I mean, that was just the map choice, I believe, or maybe he hit it a little bit too high. But that's my first time not seeing that KO either. But the beautiful neutral stick into the down air there, just great setups by Fezaru. But he is pretty far behind in terms of damage right now. Now, one good hit by Pavel will knock Fezaru down to his last stock, and he definitely does not want to go down 2-1, but it is seeming like that might be the case unless he makes a massive comeback here and takes down Fezaru's or takes down Pavel's second stock as quickly as he possibly can. Missing the downlight stare there. Downlight recovery does connect on the offstage interaction. Beautiful ground pound. Does finish him off there with the weapon throw. And that's his recovery. Beautiful stuff. I mean, Fezaru on the offstage has just been a menace this entire set.
That is so smart. That option awareness. Fezaru is thinking so well this game. Switching on a bow though. A lot of the success has been on hammer. They found a few hits on bow. Really only when it matters. Sometimes when it comes to just trading and trying to win out in neutral, sometimes the bow has been a little difficult. I think that's why Pavelski knows he can do a little bit of trolling with all these side lights. There here comes another one. There's another Pavelski. There we go. See? I'm correct about things. So as Fezaru trying to find his way back on the stage, you can notice he's trying to be a bit more careful now that he has bow and the gauntlets, and the GCN sig takes priority over the ground pound. Now that he's hammer, he's playing a lot more confidently. If anyone isn't aware, Fezaru leans a bit more towards the hammer than the bow you're seeing right now, because some of his other characters have been a Nash, and I might have seen him play a bit of a Terrorist once or twice, but I could be talking that right out of my booty. We have a sudden death game as an unarmed recovery takes him out against Hammer. Fezaru takes the lead. The man is now 2-1 against the King Pavelski.
Down sick Nair on the hammer off the top to finish off that game 3. Beautiful reversal. Greatly executed by Fezaru there. He was almost a full stock behind, and he somehow got that back into his hands. That was an absolutely insane gameplay and showing by Fezaru there. Great offstage play and great execution. We are going right into game 4, and man, these guys are going at the... I cannot imagine anything more exciting than what I'm seeing right now.
We are locking into what Pav is hoping is not last game of the tournament on Small World's End. Yeah, no, just like we said, hoping that this is not the end of Pav's world in this bracket. And also, just another thing to make it clear, this might actually be a bit better for Pavelski since you can't cross under, but maybe that might actually be a bit more of a blessing for Fezaru, because Fezaru is actually winning out on a lot more of these offstage engagements. D-Light into Dare doesn't really quite connect anything. D-Sig only bars him out temporarily while Pavelski is able to find his way in, toss him around. Weapon Bill finally connects, priority over the D-Sig. D-Sig again, trying to keep him from coming back. Pavelski knows to be careful now, respecting this little Yumiko quite a bit. Recovery sends, I don't know, Addy. Eagle Addy, please refresh me if this is something that you caught on to earlier, but I noticed that this game, Pavelski was locking in a damage stance. It makes a lot of sense considering that last uppercut almost KO'd Fezaru in that last game, but didn't. And if he had a little bit more damage, that might have been the game decider, just like how this Dare is
maybe so, but he doesn't go for the ground punt there. Instead of going, he goes for the downlet recovery. Not able to finish off like Pavel did on Fezaru's first stock. Really trying to hold on right now. Press the hammer and just get a beautiful end light off there. Pavel not able to go through as he just got back on stage using his dodge and couldn't dodge through that weapon throw at the top. Kind of zoning out by Fezaru. Now on the Scythe, trying to take him off stage here, making him run out of options. Scythe Classic doesn't pursue Fezaru there any further as he was aware of the risk that it could potentially come out from Fezaru's signatures. Now really cooking here on the Scythe. Pavel showing us why he is known as the chef on that Scythe, as he is keeping it going on the Scythe. Now looking for another downer to take him off stage, really looking for that quick knockout. Now one of the weaknesses on Scythe really is finishing off stocks, and that's why people like to play Mordex a lot, because he has a lot of good signatures that can take you up the top. But downlight recovery does do it to take down that second stock. And once again, we are looking at a full stock lead by Pavelski here, but this is the exact same situation we were in last game, and Fezaru somehow brought it back, and it's looking like he might be planning to do it once again as he kind of chefs up something there on the unarmed. But now Pavel almost catching that up dodge, keeping it going on the side, really zoning up Fezaru right now. Fezaru barely able to catch his ground here. Now they're going on the stage. Interesting GC there coming out. Almost takes him off the side. Pavel connects the Nair there into cover for himself. Does he make it back? Yes, he does. Gets past that recovery. Now Pavel picking up the gauntlets. Fezaru in the unarmed. Bit of a rough spot for him. He's one hit away from being not into game 5. He definitely doesn't want to let it come to a game 5. It's looking potentially rough as he does get hit by the downer recovery there on the unarmed. Cider connects. Still not able to finish him off, but it is looking like one hit might do it. Down there won't, as it doesn't have enough force. Goes for recovery, but Fezaru is a little too scared. Doesn't like a wall touch, and we are going to a game 5, baby. That is crazy gameplay by Pavel coming out there towards the end with his side.
Addy, the Face ID is bugging out. And brother, it is time for the Bulgarian Brute to lock in. As you said it yourself, the chef is now a slicing and dicing. And also really trying to see if we can pick apart the mental of both the players, seeing what maps we got left. We have Air Temple, Nishima Dojo, and Miami Dome. So no stages that you can cross under, and also a decent amount of platforms. That might actually help out Fezaru a little bit. And we are banning out Small Worlds and we're actually there was a okay. Fezaru is taking us back on a lot of. I don't know if I have glasses on, so I can't really do that. I can do the worm. I can set up and do the worm now if you want.
The viewers cannot see what I'm doing, so voice.
I thought they switched to face cam.
No.
Production always switches to face cam on me on like the worst times. If anyone remembers the tissue incident, if anyone saw me scratching my nose just earlier than now, production always screws me over with the face cam, except whenever something funny is happening. Me and Addy, we were just having a dance party, and nobody saw it, nobody can vouch for it, and every single time something cool is about to happen, nobody sees, nobody's able to see anything. Off
the side! Oh, he gets it going!
So as he's taking him off stage with the scythe, the ground pound doesn't quite take him off again. Sig throws the scythe with the gauntlets. The gauntlets might be more so for damage, although maybe since he's in a bit of damage deficiency, he's trying to play a little bit more careful, and maybe the gauntlets are kind of the fallback. The scythe is like the main, the charge, like the front of the take, and then the gauntlets are, I didn't think that comparison through, but you get the idea.
Yes, sir. And considering how strong of a start Pavel had there, Fezaru brought it back quite well as that Cider almost finishes him off. Now trying to get back to that wall. Fezaru trying to prevent it, but did not go for it too much. Beautiful, cheesy downline down there. That spacing was incredible. I mean, me personally, I would have probably been hit there. I could not have been able to space it that closely and be sure of it not hitting. No. Bit of a game reset here. Fezaru trying to feel out Pavel here, as Pavel is really going for that scythe to get some big plays going, as he's pretty far behind. We are in a game 5. That downlight neutral sig does seem like a good play, but the second neutral sig was a bit too much, overcommitting there a little bit, gets punished by Fezaru. Now resetting neutral, goes onto the gauntlets, tries to get a quick finish here onto Fezaru, as gauntlets have a bit more knockoff potential than scythe without having to catch a read, but Fezaru stacking up the damage quite a lot on the bow. Not looking like it's a good spot for Pavel. He needs something big here. That neutral sig connects and knocks him down to his last stock. Fezaru cooking up quite heavily right now. Graffiti, what is happening?
I told you that platforms might be a little bit better for Fezaru, and now it's finally starting to add up why the guy had to back out of map banning so many times, because he really had to make sure he was double checking the TI-38, making sure that everything was A-okay going to game 5, and A-okay things just might be. D-Sig doesn't lead into the Nair. D-Light doesn't lead into anything, but dashing away leads into getting an uppercut right up the chin. Fezaru touches down on second stock. Pavelski can play either Pavelski Fezaru, or just play a perfect last stock. Both things that are entirely in the cards, but considering the momentum, sometimes it would be a Pavelski, the one that's actually slowing down the game more than Fezaru. Fezaru is the one that's really trying to start or continue a lot of these interactions more so than normal. This momentum entirely could be shifting over to the Mordex, but still, this little fox is in complete control over the wolf so far. Dare leads the M-Light to punish Pavelski. Just barely picks up gauntlets through the D-Sig. And also, the Nair doesn't really quite connect anything. Both players just dash dance around each other. Pavelski can take this stock. Weapon throw secures it, but look at that color in the top corner of your screen. Folks, this is a little bit concerning. Hold on! No, he did not just hit that. Oh, nah. I gotta subscribe to Pavelski right now on YouTube. Oh, nah.
TV/PavelskiBH. Oh my god.
Nah, he did not just